In case you hadn't heard, there's a company called Sana Biotechnology I've been following for a while that apparently has a curative treatment for type 1 diabetes. I wanted to get a more in-depth, deeper dive into the company, so I had AI help me create a small video about it. And if you're curious to learn more, please watch. Enjoy.
Imagine a world where a person with type 1 diabetes could receive a simple transplant and walk away, no longer dependent on daily insulin injections or powerful immune-weakening drugs. This isn't a scene from a science fiction movie, it's the reality that began to unfold in early 2025, thanks to a groundbreaking announcement from Sana Biotechnology. The company shared stunning results from its latest clinical trial, detailing the story of a patient who received a transplant of UP421, a therapy using specially engineered islet cells. This single event sent waves of hope through the medical community and millions of families affected by this chronic condition, signaling a potential paradigm shift in how we approach autoimmune diseases. For decades, the daily routine of managing type 1 diabetes has been a relentless cycle of blood sugar monitoring, careful meal planning, and insulin administration. It's a disease where the body's own immune system mistakenly attacks and destroys the insulin-producing islet cells in the pancreas. The dream has always been to simply replace these lost cells. However, that dream was always shadowed by a significant catch. Any attempt to transplant new cells from a donor would trigger that same aggressive immune response, forcing patients onto a lifetime regimen of immunosuppressant drugs that come with their own serious health risks, including increased vulnerability to infections and other complications. Sana Biotechnology's announcement shattered this long-standing barrier. The news from their clinical trial was not just about a successful transplant, it was about a successful transplant achieved without the need for those accompanying immunosuppressive drugs. This was the key that unlocked a new level of excitement and possibility. It suggested that the company had finally cracked the code, developing a method to make transplanted cells essentially invisible to the body's immune defenses. This single achievement represents more than just an incremental improvement. It marks a fundamental leap forward, transforming a complex, high-risk procedure into a potentially streamlined, safer, and far more accessible cure for patients everywhere. The impact of this news was immediate and profound, not just for patients, but for the entire field of regenerative medicine. It validated years of painstaking research and immense financial investment into the concept of cell therapy. Sana's breakthrough provided tangible proof that engineered cells could one day be used as living medicines to repair and replace what disease has taken away. For the millions living with type 1 diabetes, this was more than just a headline. It was the first credible sign that a life free from the daily burdens of their condition might finally be within reach, offering a future defined not by management, but by a cure. At the heart of Sana's remarkable achievement is its proprietary Hypoimmune or stealth technology. This innovative platform is designed to solve one of the most persistent challenges in all of transplant medicine: immune rejection. Traditionally, when cells from a donor are introduced into a patient's body, the immune system immediately recognizes them as foreign invaders and mounts a powerful attack to destroy them. This is why organ transplant recipients must take immunosuppressants for the rest of their lives. These drugs work by dampening the entire immune system, leaving patients in a constant state of vulnerability to everyday germs and more serious illnesses. Sana's approach is fundamentally different and far more elegant. Instead of suppressing the patient's immune system, they re-engineer the transplanted cells themselves. Using advanced gene editing techniques, scientists at Sana modify the surface of the islet cells, effectively removing the molecular signals that the immune system uses to identify foreign tissue. By cloaking the cells in this way, they can be transplanted into the body without triggering an alarm. This allows the new islet cells to quietly integrate into the pancreas and begin their vital work of producing insulin, all while the patient's immune system remains fully functional and able to fight off actual threats. This breakthrough stands in stark contrast to previous attempts at islet cell transplantation. Earlier methods, while sometimes successful in restoring insulin production, always came with the heavy price of lifelong immunosuppression. This trade-off was a significant barrier, limiting the procedure to only the most severe cases where the benefits were deemed to outweigh the substantial risks of a weakened immune system. patients often swapped one chronic condition for another set of health concerns. Sana's UP421 therapy promises to eliminate this difficult choice, offering the full benefit of cell replacement without the dangerous downside. The implications of this hypoimmune platform extend far beyond just diabetes. The ability to create universal off-the-shelf cell therapies that are invisible to the immune system could revolutionize the treatment of a vast array of conditions. Imagine using this same technology to replace damaged heart cells after a heart attack, restore lost neurons in Parkinson's disease, or engineer powerful cancer-fighting cells that can persist in the body without being rejected. Sana's success in its diabetes trial serves as a powerful proof of concept for this broader vision, demonstrating a technology that could become a cornerstone of medicine in the 21st century. The electrifying news from the clinical trial acted like a starting gun for investors, igniting a dramatic and rapid ascent in Sana Biotechnology's stock price. In the first few months of 2025 alone, the company's stock value surged, climbing nearly 60% year-to-date by March. This wasn't a slow, gradual rise. It was a powerful rally driven by a sudden, widespread recognition of the company's potential. Wall Street analysts, who had been watching the company with cautious optimism, quickly upgraded their ratings. Price targets were revised upwards, with a consensus target reaching over $14, reflecting a newfound confidence in Sana's future commercial prospects and its leadership position in the cell therapy space. This investor enthusiasm wasn't limited to individual traders. It captured the attention of major institutional players. As of the end of 2024, reports showed that nearly 24 hedge funds had already established positions in Sana, a clear indicator that sophisticated investors were betting on the company's long-term success even before the major breakthrough was announced. The positive clinical data served as a powerful validation of their strategy, likely prompting these funds to increase their holdings and attracting new institutional capital. This influx of large-scale investment provided the company with even greater financial stability and firepower for its ongoing research and development efforts. Further bolstering investor confidence was the company's increasing visibility and perceived stability. In the spring of 2025, Sana announced it would be presenting at two of the most prestigious events in the industry, the Jefferies Global Healthcare Conference and the Goldman Sachs Annual Global Healthcare Conference. Invitations to these high-profile forums are a sign of respect and relevance, placing Sana's leadership team on a global stage to share their vision directly with the world's most influential investors. These events create a powerful feedback loop where positive updates fuel investor interest, which in turn drives the stock higher. Beyond the conference circuit, the company demonstrated strong corporate governance, which is a key signal for long-term investors. At its annual stockholders meeting in June 2025, all director nominees were re-elected, and the respected accounting firm Ernst & Young was ratified for another year. While these may seem like routine procedural matters, they communicate a message of stability, continuity, and accountability to the market. For investors looking beyond the immediate hype, this steady leadership and transparent oversight provide reassurance that the company is being managed responsibly as it navigates its path from a research-focused startup to a potential commercial powerhouse. While the future for Sana Biotechnology shines brighter than ever, it is important to maintain a balanced perspective. Like many clinical-stage biotech companies, Sana is not yet profitable. The journey from a successful Phase 1 trial to a widely available revenue-generating therapy is long, complex, and expensive. Some financial analysts point to the company's history of financial losses and lack of current product revenue as reasons for caution. They argue that while the science is promising, significant hurdles remain in scaling up manufacturing, navigating the regulatory approval process with agencies like the FDA, and securing reimbursement from insurers. These are valid concerns that temper the unbridled optimism. However, many investors and industry experts are looking at the bigger picture, viewing the current financial status as a necessary phase of investment in a technology with transformative potential. The successful clinical data has dramatically de-risked the company's core scientific premise, which is often the biggest hurdle for biotech startups. With a strong balance sheet and growing interest from institutional investors, Sana appears well capitalized to fund its operations through the next critical stages of clinical development. The broader industry context, with global spending on medicines projected to exceed $2.3 trillion by 2028, also creates a favorable tide for innovative companies like Sana. Sana's mission has always been ambitious: to engineer cells as medicines that can repair and control the human body. The Hypoimmune platform is the key that could unlock this mission across a wide range of devastating diseases, from diabetes and other autoimmune disorders to neurological conditions and cancer. The recent success is not just a single victory but a validation of this entire approach. Investors who see this potential are not just buying a stock, they are investing in a platform technology that could generate a pipeline of groundbreaking therapies for years to come, making the current lack of profits seem like a short-term consideration. In conclusion, Sana Biotechnology's journey in 2025 encapsulates the thrilling intersection of scientific innovation, human hope, and market dynamics. The breakthrough in treating type 1 diabetes without immunosuppression has rightfully generated immense excitement, fundamentally changing the outlook for the company, and more importantly, for patients. While financial prudence is always wise, the sheer scale of this achievement has created a powerful wave of optimism. For both patients awaiting a cure and investors seeking the next frontier in medicine, Sana's progress represents a profound and inspiring leap forward, offering a clear vision of a healthier future.